In this section, we are learning about the different types of interfaces that is available in the FortiGate firewall. So following to that, in the very first video, we understood the types of interfaces. Then we have seen like how to configure multiple VLAN or managing VLAN type of interfaces, aggregate. Then we also seen how to configure zones. And then in the previous video, we have seen like how to configure one arm sniffer, right? We understood about one arm sniffer mode in detail. So following to that, in this video, let's understand about the redundant link. Okay, as the name suggests, redundant link. So like if there would be a alternate link or in addition to the one link, when the primary link goes down, only then the secondary link will take care. Like for example, if you see here, from the switch to the FortiGate firewall, we have two links, right? So the feature of redundant link, like there may be a misunderstanding. Like we should be very clear. Redundant link is different from port channel or aggregator. Okay, so because in a redundant link, at a time, only one link will be active. Only when that active link goes down, then the other link will take charge. So, say for example, as I said, in this situation, we have two links between the switch and the FortiGate, right? So, though we have a two switch, unlike aggregator, if we put in the redundant link mode, only one link, say for example, port 5 will be active at a time. For any reason, if port 5 goes down, only then port 6 will take charge and pass the traffic. Okay, so this is the differences between aggregate and redundant link. So in this video, let's practically understand how does it work or how to configure it. All right. So based on that, for this topology, I have one client. Maybe I'll just put this one in the IP address of 10.10.10.100 here, and I'll configure a redundant link like means basically I'll club this port 5 and 6 as one redundant link, and for that redundant link, I'll give an IP address like 10.10.10.1. Okay, and I have the other side I have directly connected to the internet, and for port 4 I have receiving IP from DHCP. All right, so I'll show you like as there is no text added here, like I'll show you what it's done. First, let me show you on the node, right? So on the node side, if you look, we have an IP address configured 10.10.10.1, sorry, 100. I'll put it here. Uh, just go to terminal, use if config. See, already we have this IP configured 10.10.10.100 here. All right. So now there is no any other configurations required for the switch. It's just to switch. I'm not configuring anything here. All right. So if you check here, the configuration show run. We have not done anything here. Okay. And at the same time, all the interfaces are in upstate. All right. All the three interfaces are in upstate. We are not doing any configurations here. So when it comes to FortiGate, like if I log into FortiGate, I can show you like the interfaces. This one is, as you know, port number 1 is our management interface. And when it comes here, port 4, okay, port 4 is your WAN interface, okay. And currently I'm running in a DHCP and it's getting an IP address from this subnet like 192.168.60.0/24. That is our NAT subnet, right? VMnet 8. That's fine. And I'll come back to interfaces. Now, as per the topology, if you see here, port 5 and port 6 are the two interfaces that is connected to LAN, right? Or this switch. So I want to, as per the requirement, I want to club this two, not club, like I want to make this two port as an under the redundant link configuration. So in order to do so, just going back here and port 5 and 6, right? Yeah, port 5 and 6. First, let me configure port 5 here. So there is no configuration required for the individual ports. Like you don't need to configure any IP address to it. Instead, just I'm adding a alias name like LAN1. Okay, LAN1, and if you want assign role, you can do it. Just that's it. And when it comes to port 6, again, I'm just making it as like LAN2. Okay, that's it. So the reason why I make it as LAN1 and LAN2, like to show you which link is taking precedence, or through which link the traffic is flowing, right? So now what I need to do, I need to configure the redundant link, right? So I think already there is one. I think it's very old one. This is a old one. Like I have used this for my very old lab. Let me delete it. Okay, I'll just delete it here. All right, so it's deleted now. So we don't have any redundant link so far, right? Now we don't have any redundant link. So the one link, like the port 4 is a WAN link, and it has this IP address and to the internet connectivity. And as I said, port 5 and port 6 are the LAN ports that is connected to the LAN segment. And I want to create a redundant link, right? So in order to create a redundant link, as you know, just go here to the create new button, and under that interface, you can give any name to it, but it should be less than 15 characters. Okay, you can add any name to it. Red, I just put redent. Okay, and also here the type is so far we have worked with the VLAN and all. So but this is about a redundant interface, right? Just select it, and also like you can add alias name redundant. Okay, or redundant interface. Even here if you want to add redundant. Okay, all right. So if you want to assign any role, you can do it. And when it comes to IP address, this is the place you need to configure IP. But before that, we need to add the interface members. Means basically we are telling FortiGate like what are the interfaces that you want to put under this particular redundant link. Okay, in my case, like as I said, I want to make port 5 and 6, right? Port 5 and as per my topology, port 5 and 6 to be under redundant. Like so under interface member, I just click here, and if it would show you the available ports, right? Port 5 and port 6. Now I have added port 5 and port 6, and also you can make in this way as well, port 6 and port 5. All right, so now port 5 and port 6. It's very important, like the order you add here, okay? That would that matters. Like say for example, here if you put port 5 first and port 6 second, then port 5 is your primary. It would consider port 5 as your primary, by which the traffic would pass through port 5, and only when port 5 goes down for some reason, then port 6 will come inactive. Or if you put like first port 6 and then port 5, then in this situation port 6 will be active, and only when port 6 goes down, then port 5 will come in picture. Okay, I'll just go with this way only, port 5 and 6. And here we need to give IP address. So I'll put the same subnet like so we have this 10 10 10 10 100 at this client interface, right? So I'm just configuring 10 10 10 10 1 here. All right, fine. If you see duplicate, and I'll just put 1 here. Okay, so I have configured this one interface 10 10 10 10 1 at the redundant link that I configured here. All right, now I need to enable ping, HTTPS, SSH. That's it. And if I come down, like it's already in enable status, so we can select OK. If you scroll down, like now you would see that a new redundant link is created, and port 5 and port 6 are part of this redundant link. Okay, now you cannot manage port 5 and port 6 individually, like both are clubbed as a redundant link, because like if you see here, you don't see port 5 or port 6 information. You cannot directly edit that port 5 or port 6 now, unless until it's part of a redundant thing, right? All right, so now the redundant configurations done this side, and we already have I also showed you like this is port 4 that's connected to the NAT, and also we have a default route pointing towards the NAT subnet, right? Like I can show you network static route. So I have a default, though it's a directly connected, I still have it like for the upcoming labs. We can make it, okay, 60.2. All right. So now if you try to ping from here to this 10.10.10.1, it would ping. But if you want to reach from here to internet, you want to have a valid firewall rule to allow the traffic, right? So I'll just go back to the firewall. We'll create one policy, a firewall policy here. With this option, I'll create a new firewall policy. I'll mention as like into out. Okay. So in the incoming interface, as informed in the last few videos, like this is about we are learning about the interface types. Okay. So when it comes about, we'll be discussing in detail about the security policies and all the firewall policies and all in the upcoming videos. So until that, we'll be just going with the a high level of basic rules only. All right. Okay, so now the incoming interfaces means basically the packet or the request would come from this side and goes outside, right? So when you're defining a firewall rule, now port 5 and port 6 is considered as one redundant link. So you should not define a firewall policy uh, based on this ports. Only you should write based on the redundant link. Okay, like if you see, this is the link you have. Just select it, because under this redundant link only you have port 5 and 6. Now the outgoing interface is port 4, that's the WAN port. Source, it could be any, and destination could be any, and also services could be all. So accepted, and NAT, let it be enabled by default, and select OK. That's it. So now we have configured the firewall route. So now if we go here and if we try to connect to internet, it should work. Like maybe let's check it. Okay, it's having 10 10 10 10 100. First I'll show you, like if I try to reach 10 10 10 1, which is the gateway, means that's configured at the redundant interface at firewall, it's reaching, right? And now let me try to ping 8.8.8.8. It's at internet, right? All right, see, now I'm able to connect to internet from this machine, from this client PC. Okay, so the beautiful thing is like maybe just minimize it for now. So now the traffic, when you try to ping 8.8.8.8 in the internet, the request is coming to the switch, and over this two interface, like it goes through the port 5 only, because in the order, in the sequence order, we made port 5 is the first one, right? So the traffic would go through port 5 and it hits firewall. As we have a valid rule to pass the allow the traffic to reach internet, it allowed, it reaches, and the return traffic is coming. For some reason, if port 5 goes down, only then it would switch over to port 6. Okay, I'll show you, like maybe I can just capture port 5 and port 6, both the ports. Let's capture, and I'll show you like in which port it's going, and also we'll shut the port from this side, and then you will see that the traffic is shifted to the other port. Okay, we'll capture both port 5 and port 6 at the same time. It's for port 5, and currently it is handling the traffic, right? And parallelly, let me capture for port 6 as well. If, if you see here now, maybe I'll just filter with ICMP because I'm initiating only ICMP request, right? So if you see here now, we are getting all the transactions, right? So basically from the client 10 10 10 100, the request is going to 8.8.8.8, and same, we are getting a response from 8.8.8.8 towards this client. Now let me capture port 6 as well, just to show you like how it fail over in case of any issues in the active link. It's taking some time to load. So this is for port 6. It's loading. Collect for Ethernet. So here, if you see, we don't see any ICMP transactions, because as I said, currently only one link will be utilized. Okay. Um, for some reasons I don't think so it's capturing. uh, because though we should not see any ICMP, at least there should be some transactions, some discoveries. I just close it again and will capture once again. Right click, capture. Okay, now it came. Okay, so the port 6, now it is capturing. If you delete it, if you see here, right, some STP traffic you're seeing means STP is running here. So I just want to filter only ICMP. All right, so now port 6 we don't see any traffic, right? So let me means in the meantime, like as it hungs, right, I just close this port 5. Now I'll open it once again. We'll be seeing that transactions. All right, so this side. All right, see, this is what I was trying to show you. I have filtered based on ICMP traffic, and if you see here, we are seeing this traffic like the ICMP request, right? It's going only through port 5. It's not only about ICMP traffic, whatever traffic that if the client initiates, right? Now it would go only through port 5. That's because under the network option, like the redundant link, okay. If you see here in the order we configured, we made port 5 as the first one. Okay, when we ordered port 5 as the first one here, right? So that's the reason it's showing like this. Now, for example, like so before that, I'll do one thing. Um, I'll show you like if in case like currently this is the active link, right? For some reason, if this link goes down, I'll show you like the traffic would pass through this one. All right. So in order to do so, what I'll do, I'll just go to my FortiGate firewall and put my port 5 into down state. Okay. So config system interface, then edit port 5. Sorry, edit port 5. All right. And set state to down. And very importantly, we should put end. Only then it would commit. As soon as if you see, right, once I hit enter here, you will see that the traffic will get shifted from the port 5 to port 6. Okay, see, now you are seeing transactions in port 6. Earlier port 5 was running, right? So now if you see, now the transactions going on in port 6. That's because, as I said, like earlier this was active, we make this interface shut here. So as this active link goes down, only then the other link take the active route and start to pass the traffic. All right, fine. And also, like, I'll just bring it back once again. Config system interface edit port 5. Oh, config system interface and edit port 5, set status up. And so if you see here, as soon as now if I hit enter here, again the traffic would get shifted from here to here. See, now it started coming here. If you see the sequence number, right, and here it's changing, right? So basically the traffic is again shifted from the port 6 to port 5 because now port 5 comes up, right? So that's how it's working. As said, like if in case you put port 6 at the top and port 5 as the bottom, then obviously like if I put this one and this one in this direction, like port 6 is the top and port 5 is the bottom, then port 6 would take the precedence. See, now again it shifted to port 6. All right. So this is all about the redundant link. Okay.